Right then, welcome back to the channel, and it is match day. Tommy Joe's big fish match on Holly Island up at Holyhead Anglesey. Yeah, so big fish match. Really looking forward to this one. I haven't fished a match in, it's got to be 15 years plus. So this kind of match is right up my street with it being a big fish match. There is pools for obviously your smaller species like biggest whiting, coalie, pollock, cod. What else is in there? Thornback ray, and also three-bearded rockling as well. But it's basically a big fish match in regards to the biggest conger and biggest huss. Some nice prizes to be won: £200 for the biggest conger, £200 for the biggest huss, £150 for second of both species as well, and then there's like £50 pools as well, and then obviously like a raffle. Really well run by Tommy as well. I just need to give Tommy a really big shout out in regards to the organisation of this match. I think there's over 40 anglers fishing it, so it's going to be very interesting, and it's one that I'm really looking forward to. I've been toying with the idea of where to fish, to be honest. I mean, even now sitting here in the car park, I'm still undecided. Where I'm going to go. I've just had a little walk around actually of a couple of potential marks, and after looking at the conditions, there's a bit of a swell on, but yeah, one of the marks I just found there, you see, it seems like a nice comfortable mark, and I think there's going to be a few fish there, to be honest. So I need to make my mind up really on what I'm going to do. Yeah, I don't know. We've got plenty of time anyway. You know, it doesn't start till 4 o'clock. I'm down here well early. But again, I'm just going to chill out, have a chat with a few people, see what they're feeling, see what their ideas are. And it'll be, like I say, it'll be very interesting. So anyway, I'll bring you back a little bit later on. But yeah, it's match day. Right, so that's it. We're all checked in. We have got our card. Made it down to the car park, and it was the first one there, so it looks like the destination I want to fish, the rock mark I want to fish, is going to be clear. Yeah, it was a bit of a mad scramble, to be honest, out the car park. Everyone was just dying to get away, so luckily I was at the front of the queue. Yeah, but I think a lot of people are heading over to this side of the island. You know, I'm not far from actually range where I'm fishing, so it'll be very interesting. A lot of the locals seem to be coming this side, which fills me with a bit of confidence because they know something I don't. Anyway, on my way to the mark now. Let's get set up and wait for the all in. Right, so there we go, we're down at the mark. Tide's on its way out at the moment. Fishing from a bit of a height, 30 foot up maybe, but if I do get a decent fish, certainly obviously just scramble down, land the fish over there, handball it up, and then bring it up the rocks there. So, give you an idea of where I'm fishing. That in the background there is Mackerel Rock, and I'm just to the right hand side of that. Nice and comfortable mark. A bit difficult casting because I've got the rocks behind me, but I'm not going to be casting it too far anyway, to be honest. The only thing I am a little concerned about is I'm not sure if you can quite make it out. There's a couple of boys there, so I'm guessing there's loads of pots about, but anyway, trying to avoid that. Casting slightly left, or putting it in a little bit closer, as I say, to target the conger reel. So let's get set up. Let's set up camp, ready for the match. Right, just getting set up now, guys. So what I'll do is just quickly talk here what my plans are for the first, let's say, hour or so of this match. I'm just going to have a little scratch around just to see whether we can pick up, you know, a whiting, to get in a whiting pool, pollock, anything like that really. So I'm going with this a two hook flapper.
Rig length, I'd probably say around about 4 foot, 4.5 foot. Giving me around about 1.5 foot snoods. Fishing on the rotten bottom as well, all clipped down as well. So fishing on size 1s, little size 1 hooks. And I think what I'm going to be doing is fishing on just some ragworm baits to start off with. Fish baits as well, that's obviously what I've got. And then as soon as that light starts to fade, I'll literally be switching it up then and then targeting a bull or sort of conger eel. So we've got an hour till the match starts. It's 3 o'clock now. So I'm just going to get a couple of rigs sorted. Get me huss rigs, me conger rigs sorted as well. Get a few baits going and stuff like that for this next hour before obviously we can start fishing. And just, yeah, get me bait set up and what have you. So just obviously had a little look around and stuff like that. See, obviously, you know, if I do get a decent fish, where am I going to land it? And as I say, there is a shelf below me, which I could drag the fish up. I don't really want to go down there if I don't have to. But I could potentially lift it off, just walk down to the edge of the rock seat a little bit and just handball it up. That's going to be my plan. But, you know, there is a bit of a swell on, so safety first as always. And, but looking across the coast, I can't see anyone else at the moment. So I think I've got this stretch of the coast to myself. I think a lot of the anglers have actually just gone the opposite side of the headland, more towards the range side. You know, I've come to the mackerel rock side. It's a comfortable mark. I'm quite high up, a little bit awkward with casting, but it's comfortable. I won't have to move from where I am. I'm definitely way up. I mean, we'll be finishing before high tide anyway, but again, we've just got to keep an eye on those swells as and when they're rolling in. But yeah, there's rough ground close in by the looks of it, just to the right-hand side there. Potentially clear ground over there. So, you know, I'm going to be trying all kinds of, you know, directions, ranges, stuff like that. But first of all, as I say, I'm going to attack the first hour or so of the match, trying to pick up a whiting, pollock, coalie, anything like that really, just on a small 2-hook scratching rig. So, yeah, let's get some rigs set up, get some baits going, and then we'll bring you back for the start of the match. Right, guys, so nothing to report as of yet. Little tiny rattles before on the scratching rig on the ragworm, but nothing came of that. But I'm just now gonna get a bait ready, so I think we're gonna lose the light in the next 40 minutes or so, and I think then that's what I'm gonna do, really start focusing then on seeing if we can get a huss out conger. So I'll be starting off on a pulley rig, size 4.0, squid and bluey. There we go. Couple of inches, about 3 inches in size. The bait, I'm just fishing on a single 4.0. I say just hints and tips that I got off Tommy last weekend fishing with him. He just said maybe just try and scale your hooks down a little bit. I was fishing on 6.0s last week, so this time I've decided just to scale it down a little bit and decide to fish on a single 4.0. As you know, with huss, they can be quite finicky. They basically just bite onto the bait sometimes, and then as you get them closer in, they just tend to spit the hook. So by potentially fishing on a smaller hook, hopefully we can manage to get a decent hook up. So there we go. Whip that on. So I won't be chucking it out too far. That pocket seems to be swinging around quite a lot, but it's over to the rocks now on the right hand side, well out of the way. So there we go. Just a single 4.0 tamer, nicely presented. Hopefully for a nice huss or a ray. A ray would be nice as well. There is a pool for a ray, but yeah, the money is within the huss or the congers in this match. £200 for the biggest. There we go. Right, guys, so I've decided that fishing on those 2-hook flappers is not for me. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a couple of casts in. Doesn't excite me. I can't say it any other way. It does not excite me. So what I've decided to do now is just go straight for it. So that bait that you seen me bait up before, single hook pulley rig, bluey and squid. Let's get it out. Let's start fishing for some proper fish. Got a bit of distance. There we go. That's sinking at the bottom. Nice. There we are. Now we're doing some proper fishing. So that pulley rig's been out for, I don't know, I'd say roughly 10 minutes, and it looks as though we've got our first bite of the match. I don't know whether it's just your typical doggy bite, to be honest. It's quite aggressive anyway. I've got the ratchet set, but it's good to actually see a bit of action on that rod tip. Hopefully we don't get plagued by dogfish. I don't think there's many that have been coming out, to be honest. After speaking to Tommy last week, he said, you know, there haven't been many around, but it is Anglesey. Just actually looking at that buoy, and I can see the line. Yeah, I think there's a fish on that. Let's have a look. Let's just see what's going on with it. Well, let's have a look anyway. So I've got another baited up. Nope, it's light. No, nothing on that one. Definitely a couple of knocks there though. So I just want to keep an eye on what I think is a lobster pot. It's not too bad actually. Right, let's get my second bait out. Next bait, just going on straight mackerel. I can see that line there. I have to cast it left because that pot has come in really close. I don't want that to cause me any problems throughout the session, so I think it's gonna have to go left for now. It swung right the way left before, literally to where I've cast, but I can see the line. I can see where it's coming. So I say I am going to have to be careful of that throughout the session. It could turn out to be a bit of a nightmare if I keep getting snagged into that all night. But hey ho, what can you do? Fishing with the Achios Creed today. I say it is a single rod match, maximum of 2 hooks. Pennell classes 2 hooks. Yeah, just sticking to a single, just because, as I say, I would really like to try and get a huss, but yeah. So fishing with the Creed, Penfathom Custom Special, £25, the Nova Slick, high vis, brilliant line that. Using that for a while now. There we go. Rod tip bouncing away then. Let's see if we can get that on camera. It's the same as the last bite, to be honest. I think, I don't know, I'm not sure exactly what it is, to be honest. It could be anything. Again, that's on another pulley, 4-0. I say, scared me hooks down. I have got some 6-0s there if need be. And fishing on 8-0 tamers for the conger rigs, usual £150 running ledger. And on my pulley rigs, £80 amnesia as usual. Nothing doing with that. Anyway, hopefully that develops. Hopefully we can get a fish on camera. So the boys have come in really, really close now. You can see just really, really close to them rocks, but I'm not sure if you can quite make out on the video. But basically you can see the line. Line goes pretty much all the way out there. And it basically, when I got here, it was literally just off the end of them rocks. And it swung all the way around to the left. And it swung all the way back round here now. So that is something I'm going to have to keep an eye on. To say, I don't fancy getting stuck on that all night. I say, hopefully when that tide starts to flood, it'll swing round anyway, because ideally, I want to be putting a bait down here a little bit later on to see if there's any eels close in. I only want to be chucking it 30 yards, 40 yards maybe. And if that's in the way, that's going to be difficult. But we'll see how the session goes anyway. Right, we've lost the light now. So, hopefully, we will start seeing some action in regards to some eels, some huss. I said a couple of bites. Just look like your typical doggy bites, to be honest, but I've not had any fish. I have lost my first set of gear on my last chuck. I decided to put it about 30 yards out, just off the edge of them rocks. And yeah, lost it all. And I am fishing on rotten bottoms, but you're not guaranteed all the time to get your gear back. I think what I might do after this next cast, now that we've got darkness, is put a bait out to the right hand side, just off the edge of them rocks. Half a mackerel on a running ledger. I say, see if we can pick up an eel. That one that I've got out now is slightly to the left, bit of a distance out, and it seems to be pretty clear out there, to be honest. So yeah, who knows, but now that darkness is here, hopefully we'll start seeing the fish come on the feed. Certainly the fish that we're after anyway. So I've got plenty of joeys, plenty of squid, plenty of bluey. We're literally just gonna try a bit of everything to see if we can get our name in the hat for the prize. I've not sent any text out yet to see if anyone's caught anything. The format is, if you do get a fish, you've got to film it. You've got to basically show your card on screen. You've got to show your sling empty, zero in your scales, weighing the fish, and you can, if you want to, send it through to Tommy. Or, if you want to keep it to yourself to the end of the match, you can do. And tell Tommy at the end. So I was going to send a few texts out just to see if anything has been reported, but I think I'll just wait. So, yeah, just had to tie a new shock leader on one of my reels. Set back up, get another bait out, get another rig out. So, yeah, hopefully that will be the only rig I will lose tonight. But it's to be expected when you're fishing these marks and for these type of fish. 7 o'clock. Nothing to report. That bite I was getting before, let's say about 20-30 yards out. There's a couple more pull downs and what have you, but yeah, nothing on the end of it, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm just fishing straight mackerel now. Let's say that one that I've got out there is on an 8-0 running ledger, half a mackerel, and it's literally been put out about 20-30 yards, maybe something like that. Yeah, so just going to keep putting them out at different sorts of ranges, different sorts of angles, and just see if we can just try and pick one up. But yeah, very quiet at the moment. That pot seems to be still sticking around, which is a bit of a pain because I'm trying to watch where I'm casting. Sorry. Yeah. Thing is, I could potentially just try to pack up and move, but I can't be arsed. I'm going to stick it out. Still not heard anything in regards to how it's fishing across the island. I think that's the beauty of a match like this, really, is you won't really know until you get back to the car park exactly what's gone on. So, but we've still got, well, we've got to be back at the car park for 11:15 for the weigh-in. So it is now bang on 7 o'clock. So I'll probably fish here till around about 10:15, 10:30. Walk back to the car. It's about a 10-minute journey back to where the weigh-in is. And then I've got a drive home back to the Whittle. So hopefully, guys, we can get a fish on camera for you. And say it's not too bad, actually. The wind has died down. It's not that cold as well, to be fair. I thought it was going to be quite cold, and the rain held off as well, which is a bonus. So if it stays like this, it won't be too bad. Oh, it's a tough one. It is a very, very tough one. So the rain has now arrived. I have lost 3 sets of gear. I'm getting lots of little finicky bites, which is very frustrating. So whether that's crabs or what have you, I'm not sure. Sorry, let me just turn my headlamp off. There we go. Yeah, it's a very, very, very tough one. You know, have I made a mistake picking this mark? I changed my mind at the last minute where I was going to fish. I started to hear a few other locals saying they were going to where I was potentially going to fish, and I just thought, you know what, I'll just try and get out of the way and fish somewhere else. So I've decided to, as I say, fish just to the right hand side of Mackerel Rock. I've never fished here. It's clearly very rough ground where I'm fishing, and yeah, maybe it wasn't the best of choices, really, but well, you know, I'm not going to bother packing up and moving elsewhere now. You know, I'm quite comfortable here. I am getting knocks, like I say. You know, Teddy actually pointed this mark out to me, Teddy Wax, so I thought, you know what, keep it in mind. He said he's had some nice fish off here, so I thought, you know what, give it a go. But yeah, it is turning out to be a very, very tough night. I've spoke to Alex, the awful angler. Sent him a text. He's only been getting pin whiting. I think he's on the breakwater. He's got his dad with him, so he's chose a comfortable mark. So, yeah, it's... What is it now? Just coming up to 8 o'clock. Just coming up to 8 o'clock now. 8:15. So... about another 2.5 hours worth of fishing, maybe. But yeah, very, very tough. Very tough. Right. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's having a bit of a nightmare session, and I've finally got a fish. I've got an eel. It's a little strap, but I was debating on whether to weigh it or not. Because it is only a small one, it's a couple of pounds, 3-4 pound maybe, but I'm in the prize pot, and it could be the only eel of the night. I doubt it, but I've got an eel anyway. So there we go. There's my card. Oh, just turn me. Oh, right, okay. Let me sling here. Let me just tear that off. Hang on. It's quite hard because it's obviously become windy and blowing. Hang on a minute. Let me just strap that on. Right, so I'm gonna there we go, settled now. Zero that off. So there we go. I hope you can see that. Now let's get the fish in. Oh, come on. Fuck you know. There we go. So the fish is in. Just turn my headlamp off. It's only a little small one. Not even £3 to be honest. And let me just hold. There we go. And it's a fish of £2 4 ounces. Hope you can see that. £2 4, little tiny eel. Right, let's have a quick look at it anyway. There we go. Hang on, let me turn my headlamp off. Jesus Christ, I'm all over the place here. There we go. Little snotty £2 4 strap. I'm in the fish pool anyway, so hopefully there's a bigger one to come. I said I won't think fishing on a rotten bottom is making much difference on this mark, to be honest. I mean, every single set of gear that I've lost everything. Yeah, it's clearly very, very rough ground where I'm fishing. So I've sapped off the rotten bottom anyway. But yeah, for the congers I've just used £150. Straight through £150. Small joey mackerel. 2/8 Rover tamer. So as I say, probably should have maybe scaled the size of the hooks down and maybe would have connected into a few more fish. But who knows? See, again, as we're speaking, that's it, that's the length. Again, I think we're getting absolutely clean. Nice little straps. Just want that bigger one, that's a good bigger fish to come along. That would really, really put you in with a sharp thing. Anyway, that's what we're using. We give that one another 5 minutes, see if that bite develops, and that one's going back out. Right, you'll have to excuse me guys, my microphone stopped working. I think I've got water in the bottom of my phone. But I've just shook that bait out now. It's been in the water no longer than 2 minutes. And the rod's bouncing away. I think I've got another small strap on here. So, scramble down to the edge here. I don't know what you're picking up there in the camera, if you're picking up anything. very, very finicky bites all night it's been. There's a fish there. Definitely a fish there. Snagged and there's a fish on. We lost it, guys. Definitely a fish on there. Right. So that's going back out actually. I haven't got another rig baited up. Apologise if the audio's a bit rubbish. It is absolutely hectic at the moment. Bites everywhere. That's going to be my last cast now. It's pretty wet. I've lost count of the amount of gear I've lost. I've lost 2 fish as well. Little small straps. I've seen them on the surface and they're just mouthing the bait. They're just very, very small straps. Just getting absolutely pestered with them. Pestered with little straps all night, I think. Again, my microphone has just stopped working. I've got water in me charging port on my phone, so I do apologise for any background noise or any wind noise, etc. It's yeah, it's not ideal, but that's my last cast now. I'm probably gonna leave that out for 15 minutes. It's 10 o'clock now. Well, let me turn that off. It's 10 o'clock. Yeah, it's been a very, very tough session on this mark.
I doubt I'll be coming back. Not with the amount of gear that I've lost anyway. It's been pretty rough, to be fair. Sea's starting to pick up now. You can probably hear that in the background. Yeah, so last cast, give it 15 minutes. If anything happens, obviously I'll bring you back, but if not, then I'll see you back at the car, get back to the weigh-in, and then we'll do the outro there, and obviously the results, what won it, etc. So yeah, bring you back, guys, anyway. Yeah, we'll probably be when we're back at the car now anyway, so yeah, we'll see you soon. Whew. Right, so that's an hour back to the car. That was probably the toughest session I've ever had. Oh, it was just, I say, even fishing on rotten bottoms, I just weren't getting my rigs back at all. Must be really, really heavy ground there. I definitely think twice about going back there, to be honest. So I was getting loads and loads of bites, loads of little finicky bites. I dropped 2 eels. Seen them on the surface, very small, just like the one I had, really, a couple of pound. Nothing to rave about, but you know, I managed to get one of the targeted species, albeit a little small one at £2.4. So I'm going to load the car up now, grab a bite to eat because I'm starving, and then get back to the car park for the weigh-in. Once the weigh-in's been done, I'll let you know the results, what fish won it, etc. But yeah, very, very tough session that. Right, so there we go, that's it. All done now. Biggest conger was £12. I think it was £12.5. And then I think second place was, I think, 11. Biggest horse I think was 9. And then there was another one at 8.5. So it was a very, very tough. Everyone's saying the same thing, really. It was very, very tough. The Easterlies absolutely killed it for a lot of venues, a lot of places. Myself, I had an absolute nightmare. Lost about, again, I literally lost count how many sets of gear I lost. But it was way, yeah, it was a lot rougher than I thought, that mark that I was on there. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, managed to get myself a little strap. I didn't blank anyway. Got pestered all night with little straps. And that's it. I am done. I'm knackered. I'm cold. I'm freezing. And I've got an hour and 40-minute journey home. So, until next time, take care, tight lines.